loves, and welcome back to another Remembering Forgotten Memories video. So this one, kind of piggybacking off of the popularity of the Barbie movie, is Barbie themed, as several of these already have been. But, I mean, given things like the weird Barbie and things like the shunned pregnant Barbie and some of the weird tropes I noticed popping up throughout the movie, I was like, you know, this has literally been on my list of videos to make already for literal years at this point, like probably 5 years. It has been on the list and I'm finally doing it because it finally feels like the time to talk about like the weird, warped, sometimes dark, pretty much always fucked up storylines that I would play with my Barbies, often with my sister as well, but solo even more so because they went unchecked. So the first big trope that would happen like every time I would play Barbies was like, well, I should backpedal. As a little kid, I was convinced I was going to grow up to be like a doctor or a nurse one day, preferably a gastroenterologist. Yes, I was saying this at like 7 years old. People thought my parents were like provoking me to say that. I'm like, no, I don't think they're smart enough to even know what that is. But anyway, so with that in mind, I would kind of take off with all like the medical textbooks in the house, or I guess handbooks, not textbooks. Well, same difference, but I would take off with them into my room, pore over them just because I found them fascinating. But then when it came time to play with Barbies, let's open to a random page, and whatever it lands on, this is our storyline today. There were many appendectomies, many tonsillectomies, many of like the, you know, usual stuff. But then I would like get the weird shit in there too that like little kids probably shouldn't even know about. Just like acting all of them out, because in my world, all of the Barbie furniture could be reused as like Dr. Barbie furniture. And of course, I had all of the Dr. Barbies, the vet Barbies, like everything like that, and all the accessories that came with them just made my job that much easier. But even the stuff that wasn't meant for that, like the Barbie drink trolley, oh, that is literally our operating table. Like, take that and like put the cot on top of it, boom. It can either be the operating table or it can be a gurney. Take your pick, depending on which we're using today. So we'd have that, like the nice silver tray for like the teapot and everything. No. That's like the tray for the tools. Every time. Nice little silver knife. No, that's a scalpel now. Yeah, shit like that. Like everything. Even like the Barbie horse trailer. No. This is for Doctors Without Borders. Yeah. Like weird crap like that. Or like, oh, what else? The Barbie fridge from the kitchen could also double as the fridge for donated organs, you know, as you do, because that's just totally a normal way to play with Barbies, right? Like, we've all done that, right? Just me? Okay. But the one that always got me in trouble if somebody walked in while I was doing it. So since my mom was a hairdresser, of course she got me like the Barbie hair salon and everything, complete with like the tilting back chair and everything. You guys know exactly where this is going. Like, sure, it could also be reused as like a dental chair, but we all know that's not what I did with it. No. I had to take the biker Barbie that had like the jointed everything. It's gynecologist Barbie now. Just straight up, every fucking time. Which makes the Barbie movie that much funnier that the ending line is what it is. I was just like, I have never felt so seen as I do in this moment. So yeah, there'd be that, or it'd be OBGYN Barbie, just like, okay, I've like stuffed all like these wadded up clothes up her dress to give her a pregnant belly, along with one of like the baby dolls in there with it, and just kind of like shoved down on it there. Birthed out a baby, woo. Yeah, was not a normal little kid, but I'm sure I'm probably also not the only one who ever did that. I'm sure plenty of you will tell me I am, but I also know for a fact I'm not, so Pregnant Midge was proof of this. I did not actually own Pregnant Midge because by the time 2002 came around, I was already almost 18, so there was no real justification for getting it, but good God, how badly I wanted that doll. Like, I still go through streaks of thinking, I should just buy one off eBay anyway. I really should. Just to, like, shut my inner child up. I mean, sometimes I do that, like, stuff that I wanted as a kid but didn't get for whatever reason. Fuck it, to the eBay. Let's just, like, indulge the inner child. Recently did that with the Salem the Cat Gigapet. It is now mine. Did I overpay for it? Oh god, yeah, but it could have also been worse because I've seen for what they go for in, like, October, and it's, like, double if not triple what I paid for it, so... Just saying, 60 suddenly doesn't seem that bad, especially when the brand new Tamagotchis that just came out are also 60. And they may have bought in the same week. I need money. Anyway. So there'd be all of that. But of course, being the dramatic little thing I am, who is struggled with depression from day one, I couldn't have all of the stories have a happy ending. Oh no. No. There would be the times that, Ken had a fatal heart attack and now we have to have a funeral for him. Because he's dead. So suddenly the Barbie curio cabinet, which was vaguely coffin-ish shaped anyway, like, let's be real. Yeah, let's just, like, lay Barbie or Ken down on top of it and open, like, the doors on the one side and, like, pop a pillow under the head. Ta-da! Barbie coffin, Barbie casket. We've all seen that photoshopped Barbie's dream hearse. Yeah, I actually had the white Hollywood Barbie limo, and I most definitely did put the Barbie curio cabinet in the back of that, or, like, lay it on top, depending on if I could make it fit. It was quite literally the Barbie dream hearse. So seeing that image, I was like, hey, someone else did the thing, except they did it for real. That's awesome. So there'd be that. I mean, there was, like, plenty of effed up stories since, I mean, as a little kid with a stay-at-home mom who watched a lot of soap operas, it was inevitable that we would watch those soap operas with her, and we would internalize those dramatic as fuck storylines, and then play them out with our toys. To the point where, you know, year after year we would get sent to, like, the therapist at school, not knowing why we were being sent to it year after year. And part of that, they would have us play with toys in the counselor's office, and they'd be psychoanalyzing us, little did we know in that moment. And there'd be like, oh, I don't know, Barbie, and she's having an affair with the pool boy behind her husband's back while he's at work. And she'd be like, is your mom having an affair behind your dad's back with the pool boy? And, oh, no. Why? Why do you know what an affair is? Oh, I watch soap operas. Like, calm down, it ain't that deep. So, I mean, there'd be shit like that. I mean, that's probably one of the tamer ones. Had, like, my Barbie mafiosos and all of the shit that went down with that. Growing up in an Italian family, of course I did that. I had, what else did we have? Lots of being shoved off of cliffs. My sister reminded me of that one, but as soon as she said it, I was like, oh yeah. Like, we did that, like, at least once a day. Like, straight up Lion King style. Or we would open the lid to the laundry machine and into the volcano with you. We didn't turn it on or anything. It's fine. Like, we got it back. It was fine. But, like, just like that. That's our volcano, dude. But I mean, like, the Barbie, like, horse camper, not only was my Doctors Without Borders van, it was also the kidnap van. So, I mean, depended on the mood. Depended on the mood that day, really. Honestly. Yeah, there was all sorts of just really weird stuff. It's like, did we ever even once play with the toys the way that they are meant to be played with? I'm not sure we did. I am not sure we did. Like, I'm sure we must have at some point. But there was always some weird, dark twist on it. Which, gee, I can't imagine why we were always being sent to therapists as children. No idea. None. None whatsoever. No. Not at all. Oh, God. But, like, so many horses were also involved. So seeing the Barbie movie, that made me laugh that much harder. Ken in the Kendom with the horses as the patriarch, you just like, I again feel so seen right now because not only did I have like my Barbie branded horses, I also had my Breyer horses I would bring in. And there was at least a few times that they wiped out Barbie humanity and decided to take over the world as horses. Yup. Yep. Because I don't know why. It's not like we didn't know what horses were like. We grew up on a horse ranch with 8 horses, okay? Like, we knew what actual horses were like and what you actually do with horses. But our way was more fun. Like, come on. So, like, was it twisted? Sure. But was it amusing? Also, sure. But I mean, yeah, stuff like that. Or we would have like the Barbie be a witch and like use like a clear marble as like her crystal doll and stuff. And like we would always like grab accessories from other toys and make them into Barbie accessories. I'm sure that is not a me thing. That was like a everyone thing, but yeah, like this was so far reaching to the point where it was really no surprise that it took me no time at all to start writing fan fictions. I think that because of that, a lot of my dramatic ass like Barbie storylines, I started storyboarding out my early fanfics with the Barbies. My sister definitely remembers at least a few of them and can vouch for this. So, you know, as you do, as you do. Oh god, like strange, weird little children, but just it's one of those things where the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized that we were warped. Like, really, really warped. But it is what it is, right? You gotta love us. So, anyway, if I think of more, maybe I'll make a second, like, part 2 to this video. But those are the ones that are coming to mind quickest out of all of them. So, those are the ones being shared here. So, anyways. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddit, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link as always is down in the description. Anyway guys, till next time, see ya.